stick, Joli. What brings you here today? You would like your future to be read. Understood. Got it. Sure, yes. I can definitely help with that. Okay, let's begin with a cleansing smoke. And as we do this, I'll get you to take 3 deep breaths in. One more. And as we do this, we'll bless the ancestors and thank them for their lands, their history, their knowledge. Okay. Just spritz this. Sage cleansing done. And now just to get rid of any negative voodoo energy. Just close your eyes and listen to the sound and notice when it ends. Nice. And again. One more time. You can hear it vibrating. It's wonderful. Ooh, lovely. And now we'll move on to the stones. Just gonna have a roll around the stones. Just get a feel for which one is calling to me. Which one, which energy are we needing today? This one is definitely calling. Awareness and clarity. Definitely perfect for what you're wanting today. Light some candles. Bring the light into the space. so that when we look through my double crystal ball, we've got lots of light entering and giving us extra sight. Just going to spritz my hands and rub my crystal ball. And let's see what we can see. I'll save the multifaceted crystal for later. First thing that I see is water. Lovely green aqua hues. Does that mean anything to you? You love being around water? It gives you a calming feeling. Might be time to book a holiday there, perhaps by the coast or by a stream or even a waterfall. Okay. Let's see what else I'm seeing. I see laughter. There's you with somebody else, possibly many people, but definitely another. Laughter, joyful, happy laughter. Do you like a good laugh? A little bit of comedy. Do you have a favourite joke? I haven't heard that one before. That's a good one. Just lightly tapping the crystal with my gems. Let's see what other images come to me. I'm getting a sense of movement. Not vigorous movement, light movement. But the heartbeat definitely going up. And there's a calm about you, serenity with this movement. It's like you're doing something you enjoy. Something that increases your heart rate gently, that it also has a calming, joyful effect on your mind. But I'm also sensing a breeze, perhaps it's breathing in, taking in nature is always good for soothing the soul. Let me see what else. Warming my hands. Touching the crystal with my hot hands. What else do I see? Something shiny. Just flick it into my mind for a moment. Gold. Jewelry, money. Let me try to get a deeper look. Potentially something really wonderful coming your way. Good luck. Something that is going to light up your world. And that could be anything from winning a lottery ticket. I'm not feeling mega bucks, perhaps small winning. It could be something as joyful and simple as finding a $2 coin on the ground. Whatever it is, it's shiny and it brings a smile to your face. You'll have to contact me later and let me know what happens in that regard. It's really piqued my curiosity. What else? Crystal ball, crystal ball. What else do you reveal? The word family just popped into my mind. Do you have a lot of support from family members? Lots of love from the family members that you do have. I feel a sense of peace, perhaps relating to the laughter that I felt earlier. Perhaps a growing family, a new relationship that turns into family. Definitely sensing family. Now, drawing guidance from the warmth of the candles. There's knowledge I'm sensing around a job work, a career, advancing that knowledge, gaining new knowledge, finding that the knowledge that you do have is put to good use. It's appreciated and acknowledged. Yes. Okay, let me see. That's all I'm seeing for now. Okay. Let's take a look at your palm and see what we can get from that. Okay. Right, let's have a look. Just use some wisdom. And let's see what we can see. Let's move my crystal ball to here. Okay. To begin with, I can see that you have a spatula-shaped hand. It's also known as the necessary hand. The palm widens out from the narrow base. You get things done. That's what that's saying about you. And you'll do whatever is necessary to succeed. And you're persistent with a bright energy to carry it off. Yes, I'm getting a sense that you hate to waste time. Right. And fingers. Slightly pointy, but not quite. But then they're not thin here and fatter at the bottom. And you don't have that big ball spade on the top of your hands. I'd say most likely conical, quite up and down, which means that you carry certain instinctive beliefs about yourselves, and you possess a great inner knowledge of other people's circumstances and concerns. Definitely feeling that one. You're a wise soul with a gentle nature, always willing to lend a hand and help others out. People with this type of fingers tend to be quite attractive. And as for the width of your hand. It's relatively thin from the side and soft. Always the last to leave a party. Slightly prone to giving into your temptations. Okay. And your hands relatively large. Which means that you have quite a good appetite for doing fiddly things with a great deal of patience. You like to use your talents to earn your living, and knowing what I know about you, that is definitely true. Mentally strong and good-natured, definitely suits you to a T, that one. You love figuring out details, projects, and pursuing hobbies. So looking at your lines here, the lifeline, beginning from there, if that's 0, birth, coming all the way to here, you live a very long and strong life. And if I just get my magnifying glass and look at that area, yes, you can see the line comes all the way to there. Very strong, healthy life. You have no islands and actually no deviations aside from this one in your early 30s, late 20s. A little bit of a deviation and wondering of the future. That could be something like meeting somebody, buying a house, starting a new job, and then fairly steady from there. It's a very good looking lifeline. And so then if I look at your headline compared to your heart line, your heart line is noticeably more prominent, which means that you can be ruled by your heart, ruled by your passions. It's not to say that you don't have a good head on your shoulders and you're not switched on. You most certainly are. But you're definitely very passionate, and the line goes all the way up to here, which means that you've got a lot of empathy, a lot of love and care to give to others. And there's a lot of little islands along here, so you have some really interesting relationships with others. Some starting, branching away and coming back. And as for your headline, let me take a closer look. Again, there's not a lot of deviation, not a lot of splitting off, not many islands. A little bit of feathering down here, this isn't your headline, that's your finance line. Of course, brings me to your next question. Will you be rich? Everybody wants to know that one. So I can see the line is quite consistent. It goes fairly high, all the way up if I am seeing that correctly. Yes, that is quite a good sign. Goes all the way up. However, you do have fair little bits of branching of feathering here and there. And what that says is a little bit of money, something happens. Some money, something happens. Money, something happens. Always with the money, always with something happening. And this can be something easy and simple, like new jobs. And there's quite a fair bit of feathering here and less feathering as you go along. So maybe lots of new jobs in your early years and then a bit more steady. And this finance line can also be known as the fate line. Where does your life take you? And as I mentioned, breaks in the fate line can be akin to career changes. Now let me see closer here. You have a slight psychic mark there. I suggest a strong amount of intuition. Yes, I can feel that emanates from you. And if I look at your lifeline, I'm not seeing a lot of stars. Stars can indicate deaths and births. I'm not sure what that means with regards to children. I'm not seeing a lot of stars, if any, on your hand. I do see some islands, which means that your energies temporarily diverge. And chains, that's an interesting one because you do have a fair bit of chains on your heart line, and chains can resemble confusion. It might have been that you were in a relationship you were confused about. Not seeing a lot of bars or dots and no circles. You've got quite a straight lifeline. It can be about what we talked about before. You've got a good head on your shoulders, you're directional, you know where you're going, you know where you want to be. You're working hard to get there. Yeah, so that's the basic reading of your palm there. That helps to give some clarity to the things we've already discussed. And now I'm just going to look through my multifaceted crystal and get a sense for where you're heading in the next few weeks. Again, I'm seeing sparkles, touches of green, maybe a holiday to somewhere lush with a lovely garden. Maybe some glorious wildlife, like a crow or a magpie that collects lots of fancy little duvalakis. And a wonderful star right in the centre, which suggests to me that this trip you take will go quite well. This mini holiday, you'll end up being the star of the show and having a wonderful time in the next few weeks or months. Okay, so let us just finish off with a lovely spritz of these beautiful, uplifting essential oils, just to ease your mind as you go about your day with a fresh new awakening, leaving all of your anxieties and worries behind. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Did you have any extra questions? Love. Yes, a lot of people do ask about love. Do I see it in their future? What does it hold for them? Well, that brings me to the final step, final touch. We've got two little oil options here, perfume options here. If you had needed finances and asked about that, I would have put this one on. It's got essential oils that are enriching, decadent, luxurious, all the things that finance brings to mind. And then we've got this lovely little love potion with all the essential oils that make you think of amore. So just dab that on the insides of your wrists. Pat your wrists together for me. That's it. Take a nice inhale. Beautiful. Okay. That's it. I'll send you on your merry way. Whenever you meet somebody that you have a particular interest in, make sure that you do something with your hands that wafts that scent near them. So don't invade their space. Might be a light touch on a shoulder, or you lift your hand up to touch your hair. Something that lifts that palm and puts it into their view, into their realm of nasal breathing in, so that they can get that hint of amore, and that should help with your love life. Well, thank you so much for coming. It was wonderful to see you, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye for now.